iReal Pro running in the Android version in the BlueStacks Android emulator on Windows and import it into the new native Windows version of iReal Pro. Up until now, BlueStacks or another Android emulator was the only way of running iReal Pro on Windows. So it's actually very straightforward, except for one wrinkle in that we need to install a program so that iReal Pro can actually save the file. And the file you need to install, or the app you need to install, is a little thing called Save As. And simply go to the Play Store, search for Save As, and there it is. That's the one you want to install. Once you've installed that, within iReal Pro, and it's worth saying that I'm exporting a single song here, you probably want to export a playlist, because the playlist will also export all the songs into one file, which makes life a lot quicker. And we click on the share, typical Android, you pick export chord chart and iReal Pro format. Now the Save As has provided us with a way that we can export. If you see no apps available for this or something like that, then you need to install Save As. It's by default, it's going to save into the downloads folder in the Android file system, which is actually perfect. It's a file, HTML file, which is just the way that iReal Pro bundles up its files. Save As, and it's saved. The next thing we need to do is actually move it from within the Android file system within BlueStacks out into the Windows file system. That is done using the Media Manager app, which just happens to open up by default in download. It's found the file. We select at the bottom Export to Windows. We click on the file, and then we can export to Windows at the top. And it asks you where you want to put it. I'm going to stick it on the desktop, because why not? Select the folder, and it's done. It doesn't actually tell you it's done. If we open up Windows Explorer and look at the desktop, there is a file called yingdong.html, which we can now import into iReal, which we'll run. There we go, and we go File, Import. It's remembered I was on desktop, so there's the file. Double click it. There it is. Select Import. That is now imported, and we can play it. There we go. That's it. That's all you need.